Hi and welcome back. Today we are going to talk about Alicia Kanini, who is a Kenyan online adult content creator, and we are going to look at what she is explaining on how she got into the business.
This is what I was doing. Nilikuwa nasomea Thika. So I had to always wake up early in the morning around 4 to 5 nenda digi komba nachukua like zile maybe sasa nini techniques zimechange. Sasa tusote lazima wa wake up that early in the morning. Sasa unaweza taamka like around 7 na 8 unapata stock like iko. But that time mimi nilikuwa na believe mtu mwenye ni plug wangu kuchukua hizo like vitu on a wholesale price nafaa kuamka na kuroka mapema. Jua tunao walikuwa na rauka. So me 4-5 nilikuwa Gikomba. Nilikuwa nachukua hizo thrift tops. Nena Mamlaka Road hapa Nyerere Road. YWCA. Hostels zilikuwa hapa za UON students. Nilikuwa nauza hapo tops. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think kuna video yenye imepostwa ilikuwa screen recordwa nilikuwa nafanya hiyo job. And so apparently when I'm scrolling on TikTok kwa FYP yangu nikakama across somebody mwenye anauza tennis skirts. So that's how we did connect with that person. Akaniambia, you know what? Nilikuwa naona anisha lifestyle poa na nikirelate mimi nauza thrift. Hizi manguo za crop tops, maybe twizy to boob top and stuff. And I'm like, okay, fine. Umsa nauza tennis skirts, mimi nauza crop tops. It doesn't add up. Pia nisha maisha poa better off na mimi. Acha nimuulize. Unajua because it's always good.
Actually, as a lady, ukiona mse mwingine as in you're in the same industry, I love she's doing so much better. It's normal to be curious. It's normal to want to know ni nini anafanya tofauti so that you can uplift yourself too.
To ask me, I did approach her in a very presentable manner. Na nikamuuliza bidhi mimi bidhi I'm really looking forward to be a successful person. Na mimi naona unaishi maisha poa. So ni plan. Uniambia mimi hizi vitu zinafanya. Maybe are you doing something else different? Ama what are you doing to have this type of lifestyle you are having? And she was like, fine, can you do our Kizaka model? And I was like, okay, I barely know whatever you are trying to tell me. Can you kindly elaborate further? And she was really open. I can this is how it operates. And I was like, okay, fine. Hapa kuna probabilities za mimi kuliko trend nini. Mind you, hii ni wewe kuonyeshana mwili yako literally kwa internet kwa watu wenye tu wajui, the whites and all that, different types of nationalities, right? And I was like, but at that stage, maybe I was not doing okay, walai, maybe I'm not even gonna lie. Like, mimi nilikuwa nimefanya different types of jobs. Kuza matumbe, kuza thrift tops. Like, mimi nimepiga hustle kadhaa wazi. Before like me decide this is the type of job I want to do. And my history, or rather let me say my story is kind of like complex. Now it got a lot of things inside it, but I'm just gonna like summarize it. So me was like, nini nafanyika kwa hii type of industry unaiambia sijui this and this is come model. Mimi nikamwambia whatever it is, be in for it. Mimi ndo nikaingia kwa hiyo mboka, and that's how I ended up.
Being a cam model is si model ya kuvaa nguo alafu model hapo hivyo uonyeshane hii nguo ama zenye unajua za Victoria's Secret kitu kama hiyo. What happens is that you set your camera hapo hivyo mbele and then you start kutoa nguo zako and then it's like una dance in a pretty much sexy way, like touching your, like unajaribu stimulate the person mwenye ako on the other end ana watch, and then those people wanakuanga na requests zao, anaweza kukwambia nifanyie kitu fulani like tebuji ume lip like aone venye unakama una feel like, so your work is to do whatever it is yenye wanakuambia on the other side.
But now that's way different because ka model na kwa an OnlyFans model it's a different thing. Kwa ka model una stream online na venye sisi mmingia kwa live yangu 1.1k people mnani watch. Sasa hivyo ndio like naweza ingia live, I'm impressing people and all that. And then OnlyFans it's a different thing, but it's way more advanced and like now they come modeling thing, you get. So apparently Mungu akanitumia mtu mwingine and OnlyFans did happen this year. And I was like, you know what? This is kwa natisika kila sana nikiimpress watu sijui online, sometimes it's so hard. Kuna kunga na slow days. And I was like, if this is an extra way source of income for me to earn a living, then why not? But then, akili mtu wangu ile design wameku niko smart wale nilikuanga nimepitia nikasema ai manzi unajua bidhe I'm having a very huge family wase niko na familia kubwa, they're looking up to me, so I'm like, you know what, because the thrift shop na nilikuanga like thrift shop nilikuanga na thrift shop ya kuuza hizo ma thrift tops if I'm making sense. So it's like niko na siblings wako shule, mimi bado sijamaliza shule, niko second year literally.
That's interesting, learning for a fact that she was a university student at second year ndio aliamua kuingia into the adult industry. And one of the reason is as to why I'm doing this video is I honestly don't know if I should condemn her or applaud her, because you see there are so many things zenye zinakwanga very black and white, like Kenya anafanya ni either iko wrong ama iko correct. It's either iko wrong ama iko correct. But in this case, judging singularly with that kind of black, whether iko black and white, it's a different kind of thing, because akona siblings wenye walikuwa na muhitaji, akona big family yenye ilikuwa nyumba yake. I won't say that I understand what it feels like having a lot of people depend on you back at home, especially when you know you are the only hope in your konayo. Some of us, we went to the university because if I use my case, it was for me to better myself. And you understand? But there are some people who go for those further academics so that they can be the savior of the family. In this case, Alicia Kanini was doing everything that she could to make sure that the family was being catered for, and that included ye kuamka asubuhi kwenda kufanya kuzezo manguo ili aweze kupata do. And if you know something about mtumba, it's not like you are going to make a very good living out of it. It's a hard struggle, especially doing it between kwenda shule na kuuza. I've ever sold clothes. Once nilikuwa campus, but zangu haziku kwa nilikuwa naenda Isli napiga picha na tuma kwa groups, and then I used to sell them in wholesale, because if I bought a trouser at 700 shillings and huku nje wanauza 999, I'll just sell it at 800. Nanielewa? Because for me, I didn't even use part of the profit like nikiendea, because I used to go home, ninapitia tu huko, natembea mguu, ninapitia huko, ninaangalia, ninapiga picha, and then when you want them, I go for them. So it is hectic having to juggle between school and such like a business. On this other hand, she looked and admired this other girl mwenye walikuwa wanafanya, wako on the same level, they are all selling clothes, but this one is living a different kind of life. You see, somehow we are in a society whereby we admire a lot of people that deep down, whatever it is that they are doing, you cannot do. Nanielewa? Alicia went respectfully. She did not expect it to be like, oh, you know what I do is this. Mimi nika model, do you want to, ama wakuwa na agency ya kumrecruit. She just wanted to better herself. Huyo msa angemwambia kama ni nguo anauza, then angemwambia tricks za kuuza nguo zenye zitamfanya akaibeta. I think she would have taken them. I think she would have preferred going that path too. But yeah, it is. You know, after all this, we are very good at judging people. I want you to understand one thing first, because she understood the consequences. Listen to what she says.
Time will tell. I know the internet never forgets. Vitu zingine si honestly za kushinda kunikumbusha, because mimi niliwaambia the moment niliingia tu hapa nilisema mimi si mjinga, kuna consequences. Okay, I know and I decided come mbaya. Mimi I want whatever I want and I'm gonna get it.
She wants whatever she wants and she will do anything to get it. The consequences is only you know, part of the whole package, part of the deal. She was ready to face the consequences. It didn't matter kama atakondemiwa with the society, atatusiwa or anything. But how I wish ingekuwa ni something else amejaribu that was positive, as in according to the ethics and morals of the society. The problem is that the paths zenye zina go that path, the straight path of you to attain success at the end of the day, will take long. Unanielewa? And where she wanted what she wanted, and she was going to do anything at all to get it at that particular time. She had no time to waste. She had no time to wait. And understand? I understand that she was selfless, you know. As she could have done it for herself, it would have been a different situation. She thought about her mother and her siblings back home, and she was like, oh, damn. So they're all waiting on me. I have 2 or 3 more years za kukaa university before I finish, and then I start looking. Look at what people, when you wamemaliza university, they're doing. Actually, I came across these videos and I was like, I totally do understand, because let's say, for example, umesomea media. Umechapa huko kosi ya media, unatuma CV yako huko, una expect ukuje kuandikwa na one of the biggest media industries in Kenya, let's say, for example, Citizen. But when you look at the reporters when you're Citizen, when you look at the programs zenye ziko Citizen, they are not accommodative at all. Jeff amekaa mpaka saizi, I think he can hardly see the screen. Sangine usema vitu zake. Are there people who are better that can replace him? Yes. But is there a chance, a slightest chance wewe utaingia huko through your hard work and your degree? No. So this is what people have resulted to do after amepewa gauni yake. Because now it feels like it doesn't make any sense anymore.
Kasongo, yeah.
Yeah, that's a funny skit. Because, you know, why pay 6,200 just to keep it? You're wearing it for a day. I think 2 days for the rehearsal and the real day. Why keep it? You can as well use it, because, you know, if only we could apply the same concept to our certificates. Because I have mine sitting, I don't know where, in the house. I've never used it. I'm supposed to be somewhere teaching. But then I look at it this way. The teacher who taught me is still a teacher. And that same teacher is the teacher who taught my mother. So, it doesn't make sense. We live in a system, and a system whereby we produce more graduates than the jobs. And the result is that we have so many jobless, unemployed people out here. And this is what is making these young people turn into the adult industry, because you don't need to be employed, you don't need to have a CV, you don't need to have skills. Tell me how I am supposed nikuwe na 5 years of experience ndio niandikwe job ambapo ndio niko fresh from university. Like, when was I supposed to start working? Unanielewa? It doesn't make any sense. And when unafika huko, sometimes unaambiwa toa kitu kidogo, toa chai. Unanielewa? Wewe mwenye umetoka shule juzi, you don't even have money to cater for yourself, to cater for your needs. Unaambiwa toa kitu kidogo. Where are you supposed to go? Sijui kama unafaa uende Kericho uchune hiyo majani yenyewe ndio ukuje wapikie chai or what? What do you expect? Where do you, as a person mwenye uko in charge of employing somebody, expects mtu mwenye amemaliza shule immediately atoe pesa ya kukubribe so that umpatie job? The system is failing us, and it's failing us so bad. It's not like it's good on the other side of kwa watu wenye wako employed, you find that the doctors are striking, the teachers are striking, the engineers are striking, the lecturers are striking. Why? Because they have poor salaries. Unanielewa? As much as in the years you took to learn a skill, you applying it does not guarantee that you will be successful. Unanielewa? Because I remember there is this lecturer one day nilikuwa naenda shule nikapatana na yeye nikiwa KU, and alikuwa lecturer mwenye anafunza KU, but anakuambia what are you studying? I'm like teaching. Yeah, so you love teaching? You want to be a teacher? I'm like, yeah, that's the whole thing, as in I studied teaching, education, so that nikae mwalimu, you know. And ananiambia, you know, something funny about teaching is that it will never make you rich. You will never ever be rich with a job. It will give you a stable life. You'll be able to take your kids to schools, buy a Pro Box, you know, something like that. But you will never be rich. You'll never be able to afford hizi nyumba zenye unaona, like for example kwa Mansa Plus, hizo nyumba kubwa kubwa. You'll never be able to afford that kind of lifestyle. So if this is a lecturer mwenye experience that, amekuwa anafunza na anafunza hadi sahi, ananiambia like you can never be rich doing that, then what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to drop out? Am I supposed to scream? Am I supposed to even at that particular time niende hiyo class yenye ninafaa niende? Because I understand the end goal. I wanted to be successful. I want to be rich. Like God knows I need the money raining from heaven to me without even having to put a lot of work. But here you are telling me that even if I go to those classes, I wake up and fanya hizo cuts na exams and everything, I will not be rich. I will just be stable. No way. And a degree is supposed to be awarded. It's something yenye unapewa, you are supposed to be proud of. But the way it is of no use, as in, there is a difference of you being intelligent. There is a difference of you having information and well informed by studying. But when it comes to you using those skills out here, it's becoming impossible. We have more comedians and people talking like me than ever. And it's not that they don't have skills or they don't want to work, but it's because that this is the only place that they can get to try at least something that will give them a life. You have young ladies, as in wanauza roskoko, a lot of them, they've jumped into industry. Some that we know, some that we don't know about. Why? Because they want to be successful. Kanini says that she knew what she wanted. She wanted life out of poverty. She wanted to be able to provide. At the end of the day, the means she chose are not good. Nanielewa? The means she chose to go, the path that she chose to follow is not good. What is the other alternative that she could have taken? I would want to know. Unatoka kwenu kama umebeba box, yani box yenye iko empty, haina kitu yoyote, and you are the only thing yenye mamako ama mzazi wako anajua that can bring you hope ni your academics. Like anakujaribu juu chini, hata kama hana school fees, hata kama watalala njaa uende shule. And then kesho kutu anasikia that unafanya OnlyFans. And another thing that I think is of concern to me and concern is that Alicia Kanini saying that I found somebody saizi ndo tunafanya OnlyFans, because when she was doing perhaps I think the way I understand it, it's that you earn for yourself. But when una find like OnlyFans alafu kuna msee, I don't know if it's for the act of the adult films ama ni msee mwenye anakaa pimp mwenye anamcontrol that gets to, you know, see how she spends and gets the money. It's not, the grass is not green on the other side. The things that she has to do, the pain sometimes that she has to endure. I've seen videos of these ladies wenye wamefanya these adult films, wame act like hizo. When they explain that they had to take drugs so that they can perform, When unafind umse and explain that I cannot take solid food, I have to survive on glucose, like only sweets and water, because I cannot pass hard stool. The grass is not green on the other side. It seems like a good way, an easy way to just jump into being a cam girl, but at the end of the day, you deal with a lot of consequences. You heard her say that she knows the consequences. She knows the kind of pain. She knows the kind of guilt and shame and tears that she had to shed. And when she wipes it off, anakuja hapa hivi mnamwona like, oh, she's living good. She has this and this, you know, anaka high-end place. And then wewe uko hapo unaangalia unasema like, maybe I should try this. Are you ready for that? Tuliona juzi this other lady anaitwa nani? Lily Phillips mwenye saizi at 23 years old, she wants to break the world record of being the first woman to sleep with 1,000 men. For what? For what? You know, for the record, for a Guinness record that actually does not pay, for a Guinness record yenye tu ni views itakupatia kwenda kwa OnlyFans wako for the money. Is it just the money or are we just messed up? For the case of Lily Phillips, ningesema it's like because the mother is supporting her, the mother is behind her, then it's a different thing, like, oh, is she encouraging her? But for Alicia Kanini, I don't know the stand with the family. But I know her stand is that she wants a good life. She wants whatever she wants and she will do anything to get that life. This is not an advertisement for you to go and join the cam girl. But this is rather a warning before you get as a young person, before you jump onto that boat and want to do those things because you just want to have this successful life. Nanielewa? Look at the consequences. Go ziko kuna documentaries zenye ziko mingi sana zinaongelelea hizo vitu and what you have to face. It is wrong. It is sad. And it's somehow a failure on the end of the government because young people just want to make their ends meet and there is nothing they can do about it. Amwezi katuambia tuende tujifanye mjengo because kuna affordable housing as in it employ watu. As in ama teacher nenda kufundisha nini mjengo, nenda kufundisha nani huko, like unafaa ubebe mawe hivi ama ufanye nini? No, that's a failure. I think the system has failed us for so long, and we've just taken matters into our own hands. This video was for educational purposes. I hope you've learned something and seen something. But I want you to tell me in the comment section, would you be a cam girl or join OnlyFans to get what you want? Subscribe.